What's up, guys? It's your boy I'm McDuggan here, and I'm here today with a nice little video. I'm doing some team building work for a Discord that I'm in. I'm taking people's untradables and I'm making them a team with their dedicated budget. And we'll just go ahead and hop right into the video and see what I was able to create. So this first one is for a guy named Turtle School of Law 2023. For short, we'll call him Turtle. All right, so his untradables for his team is Mendy, Cancelo, Dempsey Heroes, Mahiris, Oblak, Carvajal, Skriniar, Chiesa, Varela, Hermoso, Benzema. His budget, 250k. And in game, he likes to run the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1. And so what I'm going to do right now is create a team, a face team. And if you don't know what face teams are, it's just the team that you use for chemistry. You can create any team that you like in any formation that you like to get, 10 chem on everyone or get the highest chem that you can on each player. And then from there, you just change formation in game. And so when I ask people their in-game formations, it's very important because you can tell a lot about how a player plays. For instance, if he's using the 4-2-3-1, then he has four backs, he has two CDMs, which means that the 3 and the 1 are most likely pure attackers. Now, they could be more box-to-box midfielders on the wide side of the 3, but that's just how I interpret people's gameplay. And with a 4-4-2, you're usually running box-to-box midfielders in the middle with the wingers on the side. So you're running about 4 to 6 attackers and 4 to 6 defenders. But those midfielders definitely get gassed. Anyways, we're gonna jump right into this team. So let's get to adding this guy's team. First up, we're gonna add Mendy. And so for untradables, you wanna click this little coin right here, and they automatically get Kim because you're first owner, so automatically have loyalty to the club. Next up, we're gonna add João Cancelo. And when building a team with your budget, it's very important to hit this little cash icon here to let you know that it's untradable. You don't have to pay for it, because I'll show you. Right, his next player is Clint Dempsey, the Heroes card. So Clint Dempsey's 34k. Now, as you see here, it doesn't show the price. So as you see here, it shows the price. As soon as I click this, it's nothing. And this is very important when you're team building because it helps you stay within your budget as you're adding players. Next up, we're going to add Mahiris. Oblak, Carvajal, I'm just gonna put Oblak out here just for have a little bit more space, because those reserves you can't edit certain parts. And FUT has been a little weird this year with when you use the reserves and then the map of the team freezes up. It's a little odd, but don't worry about it. We're here for Skriniar, right? Yep. So we're adding Chiesa. Now we're gonna add Varela. His inform is just absolutely insane. Hermoso. And lastly but not least, Benzema, who's honestly probably going to get a bunch of player of the month this year. He seems to be on a scoring rampage right now. So here's his team. And the budget here is 250K. Well, so we have one. Looking at this, right? So right now on the screen, I already have Oblak. You have a good goalkeeper. There's no need for me to add another one. Carvajal, not the worst. Not the best, not the worst. I mean, João Cancelo is probably a lot better. But what I'm thinking here works because you can keep Mario Hermosa in play. So we're going to keep him here. We're going to keep Oblak and keep Carvajal. I don't know what I'll do with Barella yet. I think a perfect person to add here would be Alaba. And then obviously we can add Mendy here. So right now, so far this squad is only costing him 1,900 coins. That's if he doesn't have Alaba already. We can add Benzema here for the Kim, because same team, you get a perfect link. I can add Chiesa here, move Barella up, gets them on high Kim. And then, we can just easily all Serie A, all Italian. That's going to keep them all on high Kim regardless. Right? The reason Chiesa's down to Kim is because he's the only link he can get besides Barella is Benzema. So right now we're only at 10.6K. I mean, Skriniar and Cancelo are definitely good options to come in later in the game if you need them. I think here we could do Fakir, who's absolutely cracked this year, right? And why it's a good link for him, same nation, same club, or excuse me, same league. And we only spent 14K, so with a 250K budget, let's go ahead and get Llorente, who's also another mental player. And so this is actually a really easy squad to build, and I'm going to show you why this will be good in game. Manager wise, we're going to go with the nation of Italy, so any Italian manager, and we'll go La Liga just to push any Kim up. And we'll get this guy here. He has a little swag with the glasses. And bam, every player is on 10 Kim. And so, again, what I mean by face team is all these players on 10 Kim, you change to in-game and all their stats boosts from the Kim styles you add will stay the same. So, Mendy, easily Kim style to add. Definitely going to add an anchor on Mendy. Alaba. I think we should add a shadow. Commercial, we definitely should add a shadow. And Carvajal. I think shadow makes sense. Yeah, I like shadow. So we'll use shadow here too. For Benzema, that's an easy one. Catalyst, right? You got to get that speed boost up, and I mean, you could use a hunter, but I mean, he's not going to be the attacker in this team. And you'll see why I say that in a minute. Llorente. Definitely another shadow here, right? Because you're going to run two defensive mids. Llorente and Barella are going to be your defensive mids. Barella is definitely going to have a shadow because his pace is not that great, but he is a really good card. And honestly, I mean, he has Barella untradeable, but it would be worth the upgrade to his inform, which is insane. Insigne, man, I want to up that shooting and passing for sure because he's gonna be one of your cams, especially with that 95 dribbling. Let's go marksman. No. Oh. Where is it? Bam. Give you +4 shooting. You know, it's not going to be bad either. Let's actually take a look with what it does to his shooting. Because right now you're finishing 76. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest. And it does actually nothing to your finishing. But your shot power and your long shots are good. And I don't think you have... Oh, long shot taker and finesse shot. There you go. So this works perfect for him. You know, he's going to give you speed. He's going to give you dribbling. He's going to give you that real good dribble. And then obviously that pass, right? His short pass and long pass are both 94. He's going to be cracked as a cam. This is perfect for him. For Chiesa, this is going to be your sole attacker, right? So he's going to have Hunter. Yep. I said this team actually looks really good. With Loriente and Fekir added, you're adding really good cards. And Insigne is just insane as a cam. I don't know if anybody's used him as that, but he is really good in game as cam. And if you run him in a 4-4-2, he's not bad either, right? With the passing, he can get those crosses in. Using Chiesa as a passer, though, probably won't be the best thing. So you would definitely... So you would definitely want to add Benzema probably to that corner if you run that in a 4-4-2. And then have Fekir with the Hunter. For Fekir, which I didn't even look at, we're going to definitely add an engine because he's definitely going to be a cam as well. And he looks really good with the engine on. 93 dribbling, 88 passing, 88 pace. It's going to be perfect. Chase with this 199 pace, sprint speed is just going to be out of this world. And so here is your team. You got Mahrez on the bench, Dempsey on the bench, so you have, I don't really know what you want to use for Mahrez. I mean, I feel like he'd be a good cam with the 90 dribbling, but the pass is pretty low, the pace is pretty low, and the shooting's pretty low. And I mean, he really feels like fodder just looking at this card. But you got João Cancelo on the bench, you got Skriniar on the bench, Dempsey on the bench. You have 3 good cards on the bench right here. And you could fill this team out with whomever you want on the bench. All right, any good attacker you have in your club, you can throw him on the bench as well. Chiesa is a really good finisher. You could use Hawk on him. Let's see what he looks like with Hawk. But that physicality doesn't even go above 80, so it's like almost no point. You want the speed, you want Chiesa to run everybody out the gym. Easy as day, right? So with this one, you're going to run at 4-2-3-1. So in game, let's see here. You didn't say whether it was narrow or not, but I'm just going to assume it's the narrow one. You run Chiesa at the top. I would run Insigne here. Here, Benzema here, right? So I'd run Chiesa on, drift wide, get in behind. I'd have Loriente and Barella cover wing, and I mean Fekir doesn't really have great defensive capabilities, but I would still have him cover center as far as instructions. I'd have Mendy and Carvajal both on stay back while attacking. You don't need them. Keep this 4 flat back. Mendy is going to run down anybody on the left hand side. Carvajal may have some trouble here. And I mean, we could run another formation with Cancelo Mahrez, but Mahrez just doesn't look like a good card to use. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, people might have used him and found a way to use him. I just don't. Looking at this card, I can't see why you would want to. With the Hunter, he looks deadly, right? 91 pace, 86 shooting. So you could run him as another attacker on the bench. But I mean, sprint speed 89, acceleration 94. I'm not impressed when Chiesa looks mental, right? Chiesa with Hunter, 99 sprint speed, 99 acceleration. He's just busted. 89 finishing, 91 shot power. Just his position is 86, which is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. I really think that this team in this formation will look really good. And if you run a 4-4-2, where's 4-4-2? Right, so I mean, here you can use Benzema as an attacker. Actually, no, I would really use Fekir as an attacker. You throw a Hunter on Fekir. Right, 93 pace with an 89 shot, 93 finishing with 87 positioning, sprint speed of 89, acceleration 98, but the sprint speed of 89 is not the greatest. But I mean, out of these players, right? I mean, it still looks better than Mahrez. Loriente and Benzema covering the insides. Oh, actually, no. Barella and Loriente covering the insides, right? You definitely want to have these two in the middle. And then, obviously, you can throw Clint Dempsey in if you want just like a pure certified cam in the second half. But, I mean, with this one, I have Barella and Loriente cover center. I'd have Insigne and Benzema cover wings. So you really definitely need some pacier, good defensive midfielders if you want to use those. On the bench, I could suggest like Hateboer and Cucurella. He looks, I mean, I feel like if he ever gets an upgraded card, he'll look really good. I just kind of feel like he could use better stats. Then, I mean, obviously Chiesa and Fekir at the top. You can have basically Fekir as like the point man, right? With the 88 passing, give it to him, and then you could just trigger Chiesa on a run, and you can just do like a 1-2 ball, right? You can give it to Chiesa if he's open, take the shot. If not, he can pass it right back to Fekir, who's running on the opposite side, take the shot. Very good team. I like that. Thanks, Turtle. Next up, we have this guy in the Discord named AllU148. Looks like Lamar Jackson is his picture there, so big trust on this one. So his untradables are Pogba, Theo Hernandez, Player of the Month Benzema, Dembele, Eder Militao, Ter Stegen, Dybala, and Ben Yedder. 250k budget, and he likes to run a 4-2-2-2 or 4-2-3-1, another 4-2-3-1, and I really like the 4-2-3-1 over the 4-2-2-2. But for what I have in mind, you could run both. Honestly, you could run an all French squad with these players. You have enough good French players that you could just get an all French squad. So, you know, maybe I'll do that as like a secondary team with what you have. So, but as always, first we're gonna add the untradables. So we're gonna add Pogba. Ooh, people run him as cam, but I don't see it with those stats. I mean, he might be able to. We're gonna add Theo Hernandez, Benzema, and I did the player of the month for myself. I always love Benzema's cards. They're always so good, and I don't care if you'll get another player of the month next month. I'm going to do it again. I just like, I don't know. I don't want to buy an inform when I could pack it, but I can't buy the player of the month because this could be his last inform. You know, maybe Oyarzabal goes off and gets it, or João Felix wakes up and decides to start playing and wins it. You know, maybe Griezmann wins it. You know, so this may be his highest for the card for a while, but I don't think so. He's playing way too well. Yeah, Dembele. Which, Dembele is really good. It just sucks that he's such a hot price 83 because he's the only option for right wing in La Liga. By only option, I mean only really good option. Only semi-meta option, if not meta. But anyways. Eder Militao. We're going to add Ter Stegen, which, I mean, your whole back line is pretty much already done. Just going to throw Ter Stegen out there. You don't have to use the 4-3-3 when you make your squad. I like using the 4-3-3 just because it provides a good versatile way of doing it. Like your left winger doesn't have to link with your left back, or your right winger doesn't have to link with your right back, right? You can make these sort of separate nuances to your team to get players on perfect chem, and then you can add all these crazy clubs. I personally like running a full league squad, but I'm not impartial to running multiple leagues here. But anyways, Dybala, which is probably the one that's going to definitely have to be on the bench. I don't, looking at this, I can't see how I can link Dybala into the squad, which is fine. Him coming off the bench, well, he will abuse some tired center backs. And Ben Yedder, who is absolutely still mental. But off rip, Ter Stegen is definitely it, right? So we definitely add Eder Militao here. So we add Eder Militao for sure. Kounde, because then we can link him with Theo Hernandez. We definitely use Dembele here. I like Jesus Navas here. Definitely his inform. Oh, again, Loriente. Maybe add Pogba here up top. Benzema. No. Benzema in the middle to push those links up. Ben Yedder here. Okay, I guess it's not working. Or no, maybe that is Nike, 2 orange links. Well, here, the only option to me that makes sense would be Lamar Coman. And, of course, Coleman's right there. And, 271K. He has a 250K squad. I guess at some point when we make this squad, it could be 250K, right? Jesus Navas is probably the biggest, most expensive option here. I'm just add Jesus Navas. All right, I just regular card. And bam, 205K. Now, we'll say, we'll just turn this price off for now. I do think that his inform is a lot better. So if you have the extra 21K to spend, or if you stay up till around between 1 and 4 a.m. UK time, you need all these cards for a lot cheaper that you have to buy. But I highly recommend using the inform of Jesus Navas over the other card. Oops. But here's your squad for under 250K. Now, manager-wise, I recommend running an EPL French manager just to make sure that Pogba gets his chem, because he is a lone wolf here. Well, I mean, I guess so is Coman as well. Should get Swag Lord here. a man is 5K or his highest buy now price every year just because of his swaggy picture. So this is Patrick Vieira here, and looks like Oriente is still on 9 Kim. So is Jesus Novice. So just go online, go to the certified friendly, so New Allegiance or whatever it is. Play a game, let your teammate score. Correction, let your opponent score. Quit the game. Do this 10 times. Doesn't count against your record. It's completely legal. And now you have 10 Kim because they have played technically 10 games. There you go. Now, out the gate, Hernandez gets an anchor. Conde gets an shadow. Militao gets a shadow. And Jesus Navas. You can go anchor if you want to save some coins so you're not spending a bunch of money if you don't have a bunch of shadows. Shadow does look good here because, I mean, anchor's not doing anything to his physicality. However, in the interest of saving money on Kim styles, anchor I think will still work here. So I'll leave it at anchor. 91 pace isn't bad. And obviously to be higher if you do happen to use his inform. Oriente, definitely going to get a shadow. Benzema, as always, catalyst here. Ben Yedder, definitely going to be your main attacker in this squad, if not one of the main attackers. Hunter. Coleman, we need a shooting and passing up. Deadeye. Dembele. We need him to finish. So finisher. Oof, that card looks nasty. 93 pace, 93 dribbling, 87 shooting. Man, if the physicality was up, he'd be worth a lot more. And Pogba gets the other shadow here. And there's your squad. Again, Dybala comes in as a super sub. I highly recommend using Jesus Navas in form. I've never noticed anything with his high medium work rates, which doesn't make any sense why he has a high attacking work rate. But I mean, I guess you could throw him up top if you like, right? His Kim is going to stay the same, and you could throw him up some sort of like CDM or even some sort of cam with his pace and his passing. He's not going to be half bad. And your in-game formation, we'll do 4-2-3-1 because again, I do like that formation. I don't use it, but I like it. So obviously, Ben Yedder is definitely your sole attacker. Pogba is one of your CDMs. I think Dembele at the corner. I mean, you could technically use Dembele as your attacker, and then use Ben Yedder. But I think Ben Yedder definitely just feels better in game, and he just kind of, everybody uses him every year, and he seems super meta relevant with the way he plays. Again, I'm also not an expert at what's meta and what's not, but Ben Yedder definitely feels like a great card this year, just as he did last year. But it's up to you how you want to run it. If you're going to run it differently in game, then I'd recommend using the belly at the top with the finisher, and then Ben Yedder maybe with the engine. Coleman with the engine probably as well. But up to you. I think this is a good squad. Let's move on to the next one. So right here we have danglelegs. He has a budget of 600k with Kimpembe and Chiesa as untradables, and he likes to use both the 4-2-3-1 narrow and the 4-4-2. You guys really like those formations. I'm a 4-1-2-1-2 guy myself, but 4-2-3-1 kind of feels similar. Not against it, and I prefer the narrows of both those formations. So this should be relatively easy, right? So we have Kimpembe, untradeable, and we have Chiesa. And he says that Chiesa is an optional add, but why not add all your untradables this early in the game? Save you some coin. And since we only have 2, I think I'm going to change this formation into his in-game formation, right? 4-2-3-1. But because of Chiesa, we're going to use the 4-2-3-1 wide, right? So throw Chiesa out there, and we throw Kimpembe. And his budget 600K, so we can get some pretty mental cards here. Off the gate, I'm thinking Theo Hernandez here. We could go Sergio Ramos here, and I mean, if the budget of this ends up being a lot under 600K, then I recommend going for his ones to watch. He may get an inform, and PSG will definitely win 5 games, so he will get bumped to an 89. If we want to be extremely meta relevant here, right, you can get Donnarumma. Whoops. I said his name completely wrong. Donnarumma. Probably still saying it wrong. And there you have your PSG triangle, so they're all going to be on 10 cam no matter what's around them. I think we should add Quadrado here. Is it bad at all? And we get the Piemonte Calico link, right? Which Piemonte Calico is just Juventus, if you didn't know. I mean, we're only 182K into the 600K budget. I definitely think we should add Barella, his inform. Add Dybala here. And I really like that we're still under budget, so we'll definitely recommend Milito. Milito. Then we add Insigne at left wing. And still under budget, so then we could definitely do, it's hard because there's not that many great CDMs yet, but, and by great CDMs I mean in the, oh man. Nah, you wanted to have pace at CDM, so we're gonna go Tonali. You get the perfect links here. With the got Italian, then AC Milan. Maybe even run Dybala here. No. You can just keep this right here, right? And then when you switch to your narrow 4-2-3-1, you're just bringing Insigne and Chiesa inside. We're gonna go for, so we go Spanish Serie A. We can go Pep Guardiola. But it doesn't get Kimpembe on 10 cam, which is weird. He should definitely be on 10 cam. Huh, okay. Yeah, he definitely is on 10 cam. So now, if you wanted to, because you're still on the budget technically, if you want to save some coin, or maybe you wanted a better center back, because like I said, you could use this spare coin and go and get the better Sergio Ramos card, and by that I mean the ones to watch, you would definitely get an upgrade. You could use Marquinhos. And then use Keylor Navas. that still holds you under budget. And Navas is not a bad card. Actually, how much is his inform? Almost double. Up to you if you'd like to use his inform, if you have the spare coin. But yeah, you can put Novice here. Well, yeah, so you're under. Let's see here. I believe that's gonna put us slightly over budget. 617K. So you could get obviously the better novice card, which there's nothing wrong with his base card at all. But if you want to go the extremely meta relevant route, then this is kind of what you want, which is going to put you over budget by 36K. So if you happen to have a spare 36K, this is definitely the team to go for. However, I do think nothing's wrong with Sergio Ramos, so you can use him here. And then your team, and then obviously now that puts you over budget. Oh wait. Weird that the price doesn't change, but whatever. You can use Sergio Ramos here and be perfectly fine. As far as Kim Styles go, Theo Hernandez is to me fast enough at this point. I really think that a Century makes sense here, or excuse me, Centennial. I don't want to say Century. Just to boost that defense and physicality. Kimpembe all day, Shadow. Oops. Can't do goalkeepers. I don't know what it is with Footbin, but you can't do goalkeeper styles. But I mean, his reflexes are already good enough, honestly. So if you wanted to boost his positioning as well, he'd be all right. Just so he AI wise gets into the best position. Obviously, Sergio Ramos would definitely use in the shadow. With Quadrado, we're definitely using Guardian. We're definitely using Centennial again, but you very well could use Anchor, which doesn't look bad either. Actually, I think I'll go with Anchor. For Insigne, we're him as a cam, so we're gonna keep him as you can. So it's up to you how you want to use Insigne. Signature is not terrible, but this does look like a really good way of running him. Chiesa, gonna run as a cam, so Deadeye makes sense here. Obviously, your CDMs, you're gonna run Shadow, right? You want the pace, you want the defense buff, Shadow, right? They're both 80 physicality, so they may get bullied slightly by anyone who has a higher physicality rating, but this will work perfectly fine. Dybala, you want Hunter, right? His passing, his dribbling, already good enough. Boost that shot, boost that pace. And we're gonna finish this off with Hunter as well. Now, it's up to you. I would definitely use Milito as my striker here in this lone situation. Dybala definitely could run and facilitate that attacking midfield, pushing the ball to Insigne, pushing the ball to Chiesa, pushing it to Milito, and maybe even run a lot of 1-2 balls. Just my ideology here. So obviously, this will literally be the formation. It literally would just close in. So up to you how you want to run it. This is your squad. Again, like I said, if you got the extra coin, then I would spring for Marquinhos over Sergio Ramos. And then you have what's considered the most relevant 3 core right there, as far as those 2 center backs and the goalkeeper. But again, if you don't want to use Marquinhos, Sergio Ramos is one to watch. We'll definitely get an upgrade. The pace will still be an issue, but I still feel like pace isn't that big an issue at this point. But again, better relevant, Marquinhos, easily. Throw a shadow on him, you're good to go. Maybe even an anchor, but I would definitely recommend a shadow just for the better pace boost. So we got a Will framed. Don't know. We're just gonna call him Will. I'm excited about this one. 150K budget. Next run the 4-3-2-1 in game, which is my favorite formation. And he has some really crazy good untradables here. Wants to watch Sancho, Marquinhos, Team of the Week Barella, Ferland Mendy, Insigne, Want to watch Grealish. Those are pretty good cards. So, as always, let's add those untradables. We're gonna add Sancho. Gonna add this Marquinhos. This goat of a card. Mendy. There's a really good stack of untradables here. We're looking at about close to probably 500K in untradables. Insigne. And a Grealish. Whoops, spelled that all wrong. So, off the gate, Marquinhos is getting added, right? So is Barella. Mendy definitely getting added. Whoops. So maybe move Marquinhos over here. I'm gonna have a 150K budget here. You know what? Move Barella up here. Insigne here. Ugh. Trying to figure out how I can incorporate Sancho. I don't think I can. Actually, let's work on this first. So obviously you here, you can Keeler Novice. And okay, you could get Kimpembe, right? It's 57K though. And that eats up a lot of the budget out the gate. We'll move Kimpembe here for now. We'll see what the final budget is. But I think the safer, cheaper option is this man right here. Only 21K. Alright. I feel like we can remove this French League back line so we can add Wan-Bissaka here because he's cheaper than Trent Alexander-Arnold and pretty much just as good. Trent definitely feels like fodder this year. I think up here to complete this, I would add Felipe Anderson's Inform, which is pretty cracked. The reason I think people don't like it is because it has a medium work rate. Like I said, man, trigger runs. Trigger your players on runs, pass throughs, 1-2 balls. It helps. Here, I think we should add some sort of Brazilian midfielder. See, this is... I feel like I could link Sancho here by adding Fred. Barella's on 9 Kim, but then... I mean, Jorginho, which I really don't know why he murdered that man's pace. He had an amazing year last year, but it's FIFA. So I'd probably add Alon here. Dude, that destroys destroys Barella's Kim. I don't like that. Stick with a Brazilian. Stick with La Liga. Casemiro, who, don't let his pace fool you. He is a boss at midfield, right? So you possibly could get Kimpembe here. And you still have 20K left. And that could also change. But that ruins... Oh, man. And with a 150K budget, I can't add a good French player from the EPL here, right? So if we go France, Conte's out of the question. Pogba's 127K, so that'll blow your budget. And now we're out of players that even remotely raise the Kim. So Kimpembe, honestly, while a great card, actually ruins the Kim on this team. Now, if you don't mind Kim being out of whack, or not out of whack, but not 100 or 10 on every player, then that works. But I have a little bit of OCD with that. I have to have all 10 players, correction, all 11 players on 10 Kim. Then you just add a Brazilian manager from Serie A. Oh, that's an easy one. And that puts everybody on 10 Kim but Navas. However, and Wan-Bissaka, which is easy. Again, go into the live FUT friendlies, let your opponent score, quit with this team so you don't lose any contracts. You play 10 games. You give 10 people easy wins and whatever stupid FUT challenge there is. And you're good to go. Now all your players are on 10 Kim. So Mendy, I don't know. This one, I don't know how to 4-2-3-1. Because of the lower budget, I feel like I didn't add a good enough attacker, right? Because you can run, you know what? Maybe add Bobby Firmino. Right? And then maybe throw, he's on 10 Kim, and then you can run him as a cam, so with an engine. Where's engine? You get 82 pace, 85 pass, 95 dribbling, which not terrible, but not great. That pace will really hurt you in the attacking portion, unless you are very confident in the way that you pass the ball. So you could just run him with the catalyst, right? 87 pace, 86 passing, doesn't look terrible. Let's see, whoops. Let's see what the community thinks. Fred, did I click on Fred? They think Hunter. With his passing, his short passing is good at 84, his long passing is decent at 76. So with a Hunter, he don't look bad as some sort of relevant attacker. And then some people say Shadow. I don't know about that one. It's the pace, so I really feel like Catalyst or Engine is your best bet. If you can really pass really well, I think Engine will do him justice, right? Because it also boosts his dribbling, which means that he can just basically, if you're good with left stick dribbling, he can just go through this entire midfield. Good balance, great agility, good 99 dribbling, 90 ball control. If you're not good at left stick dribbling, then I recommend Catalyst. And that's just my personal recommendation. I'm not a pro. I'm not a relevant FIFA player, but I'm going to stick with Catalyst unless you are good at left stick dribbling, because some people aren't. If you are good at left stick dribbling, Engine. 100% engine. Casemiro, 100% shadow. Fred, 100% shadow. Wan-Bissaka, you could run an anchor, but shadow makes more sense. Marquinhos, could run anchor. Again, shadow makes more sense. Shadow makes more sense. And Mendy, definitely run anchor to save you from all those shadows. Barella, you could run anchor. 85 pace is not bad as a holding defensive mid, but you're going to want Casemiro there, so you're going to use Barella as more of I can't really say box-to-box midfielder. It's more of like certain parts of the field box midfielder. Not bad. I run him that way, and he plays extremely well. And then outside of the 3 defensive midfielder, so I do think that shadow makes more sense here for the pace. Sucks, but it does. And then your 2 attackers are also going to be Insigne and Felipe Anderson, so you want to get them as relevant in the final half as possible. I do think with their speed, Hunter does offer more for your bang for your buck. And Insigne with that dribbling, as well as Felipe Anderson with that dribbling, is you're going to be a nightmare in the box, right? Felipe has 99 pace. A6 dribbling is terrible. You could... You could go sniper. Not sniper. Maybe just marksman. You could go marksman. Nah. I think Hunter is the way to go with Felipe Anderson all day, just for the speed boost. You can just run straight through people. So obviously, this is your team. We run the GOAT formation, the 4-3-2-1, which is very similar to the 4-1-2-1-2. Did I pass it? 4-3. Oh, I did pass it. Whoops. I think Felipe Anderson makes more sense as your solo attacker, right? And then you definitely have Casemiro bossing the midfield. For some reason, I thought a different formation, but Insigne still looks cracked right here. Yep. Just want Felipe Anderson on drift wide, get behind. Insigne, Firmino, stay forward. Possibly get into the box for a cross, just to get them into the box for a nice low-driven pass, to take a low-driven shot. Barella and Fred with the outside. Casemiro on stay back while attacking, 100%. That is a must. He will be your holding defensive mid. He is slower, but if you switch to him when the ball is driving towards your final third, you're good at controlling defensive players, he can be great. If you're not, it's a hard sell for another player with a 150K budget. However, with this budget, it's only 94K, so you definitely can improve even more if you'd like. But it'll be hard to link all these players in. That's the real challenge, is linking these players in. And you want that Barella in your team. But with Marquinhos, it's not very easy to run a Serie A halfback line. You don't have any goalkeepers that can really link to other leagues, right? So if we'll go league, Serie A, we'll go position, goalkeeper. I mean, this is the only one. And these two don't really link to anyone else, so you're gonna run into problems there. But this is your team that I created, and I hope you enjoy it. This last one, I had to save the quote-unquote best for last, the great Dawood El Saeed So this guy gave me nothing to work with as far as untradables, which is fine. He has no good untradables, but he gave me an 800k budget. He doesn't care about in-game formations. He doesn't care about any of that. So it's a good 800k team. So I have obviously the perfect team in mind, but we'll see how I build this. I think I got a good one in mind for sure. Off the back, we're gonna add the most meta relevant back line. And there you go. You got your perfect PSG link. That's gonna always be 10 Kim here. Then now it just gets, you know, interesting here. I think I want to add Pogba. I don't want to go with an EPL feel. I will add Theo Hernandez here because why not? I'm not feeling wingers. Maybe switch up to formation. A little more. But this fits Theo on a low Kim here. I don't really know any good meta relevant left backs besides him and Mendy, which are both French. What I can do here though, João Cancelo. Just easily put a little KDB here. Oof, man, I'm about to blow through this budget. Maybe not, maybe not. You know what? We're in Fabinho here. And then we're in Bruno. We're on Werner. And Lukaku. Slightly over budget here. Man, we're into a hard place here. Maybe what I could do is run Fab here. No, because there's just no Portuguese links. $813K, yes, 800K budget. Trying to stay under. KDB is the most expensive out of these players. Trying to find a relevant CDM from the French league. So you guys can see my favorite process here. Go to the players database. So we're gonna go League One. We're gonna go for a CDM, CM, and a CAM. and there's not very many, which is kind of depressing. I think I got it. We can go back to a left and right wing formation. Or it's possible that we could get this formation to work. What about looking at it? I think I could work with this. Maybe run a 4-2-2-2. Where is it? I mean, either or, it's right. You could run Bruno here too, and that's going to give you 10 cam on Bruno. That is his poor Theo on 3 cam. But this puts us back under budget. Interesting that Mendy doesn't pop up here. Or, I think I know why. Not having a French player. So this formation, you could run these two as midfield. And then as another cam, we'll bring his price down as well. So we can go back and add in Theo Hernandez. Sure that straight blows through the budget. Then you can add like Martial. Add the Martial here, go straight to 10 chem, add the Martial link. Yeah. You can actually run the team just like this. Obviously, so if you want KDB, you can put KDB there, but this gets Theo on 9 chem. Obviously, you add a French manager. Should put everybody to 10 chem, and I will run EPL because the bulk of the team is the Premier League. And that should put everybody on 10 chem. Except Marquinhos. You could easily just do the FUT live friendly glitch, quote unquote glitch, the loyalty glitch if you want to call it. But let's get all your players on, most of all your players on 10 chem. Chemistry styles, you just run Shadow, 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 Centennial. Pogba, you definitely run a Shadow. Fabinho, definitely run a Shadow. Or you know what? Maybe you can add a Law in there. Still 10 cam. You throw a Shadow on him. It's a little bit faster. This gets it so you could use Bruno in a different fashion, right? Because you could realistically put Bruno here and then just run him with Hunter. Ooh, he looks deadly with the Hunter. So I probably would not run him here as a defensive mid. With the Shadow, I mean, he looks all right. Not super deadly, but I mean, Bruno and Pogba get the job done from what I hear. But Lana has better defense, so I would definitely probably run Bruno with a Hunter, especially right here. Lukaku, obviously. People like Hunter. I think Hawk is good, but excuse me, Shadow or Hunter, yeah. So use Hunter on him. Werner, same thing, but he gets 99 speed. Martial, Engine. I think Engine works really well for him here. Boost his passing enough, but could run. Yeah, no. But Catalyst. gives him 80 passing. You kind of just, Martial's not bad at all, by any means. But realistically, I could change this team up. See, that's why I like this team building thing. It's really fun here. So I need a Brazilian. Back to my favorite part of FUT. So we'll go nations, Brazil. Honestly, Alon is like one of the best ones. Fred as well. I mean, if you're looking for like a CDM. So at that point, I mean, it's almost pointless to change the team up, because you need this Brazil link. You could get, and there's no really good, I mean, well, you could go Dutch here. So you could add Wijnaldum. Right, hopefully you do this card, and then we don't have to worry about buying them. Right, so you get the PSG link. Then you get another Ronaldo's way too expensive. Put Renato Sanchez here. Because then you could just in-game, Rangini is more of an attacking cam. And then easily, with this budget, you don't even need Ben Yedder. We could go a little bit better. But we'll say Ben Yedder, right? Oh, Ben Yedder is only on 6 cam? Oh, because there's no one's French. So then who's the best link here? Still Ronaldo. Oh, this David card is busted. I will wholeheartedly stand by this one. You still got 200k to spare to put a nice bench together, right? So you can actually keep this in-game formation and put 100 on Bruno. Or excuse me, switch it in-game to where Martial and Bruno switch. But definitely put a yeah, keep the 100 on him. Definitely put the 100 on Martial. David, 100 all day. Renato Sanchez. I would switch him and Wijnaldum in game as well, so I'd put the shadow on Renato. He just kind of happens to be a better player in game for that matter. And then run an engine on Genie. Actually, I don't like this formation. I'm not really sure how to use the 4-2-2-2, so I can't recommend good settings. But if you want us to run 3 midfielders with 2 attackers, then I'd recommend putting 100 on Wijnaldum. Yeah, yep. So this is your team at 4-2-2-2. It's under budget by almost 200k. But the best part about it is you get to use this amazing, wonderful formation that I love, 4-2-1-2. And I would put Wijnaldum here, Pogba there. Definitely have David and Martial switch. And bam, that is your team there. Martial, David get behind, drift wide. Bruno stay forward, stay central. Renato Sanchez cover wing, same with Pogba. Wijnaldum covers center, and then obviously you hold this line, stay back while attacking, and you have what I think is a pretty good team, pretty good mix. But that would do it for today. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.